Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel Planet Build, and welcome back to Sunshine Scandinavia Part 5. Now, usually I post speed build videos of the Sunshine Scandinavia series, but today I just wanted to show you guys the things that we built so far. And there's a whole new section added to Sunshine Scandinavia. Now, I did cheat it a little bit because the section that I added in this park already existed, and I posted that about, I think, 3 weeks ago, and it is the Journey for Gemstone Cave, which is a roller coaster, a storytelling roller coaster, and I thought that coaster fits perfectly within this park. So I added in that section, and to show you guys how big that whole new area is the area on the left side over here, and it's probably, I guess, half the size of the things that we already built. So we got the first section over here, which was about 1 or 2 videos ago. In the last 2 videos we built, or sorry, this is part 1 and part 2. And in the last video we did this section over here, which is the swimming park. Now what I want to do for this park is to have a nice mix in the sequence of the videos that I upload, is to showcase or speed build a whole new area like this one over here, then go over to the swimming pool and create some amazing swimming pools in addition to this volcano section over here, and then go back to the attraction section. So, and that's also the idea for this park, where you have the volcano in the middle with all the swimming pools around it, and then the outskirts, so the outer sides of the park will be for the attractions. Now, as I said, this was part 1 and part 2, and then you got part 3 and part 4 over here, and now we ended up in part 5. And one thing I do see is that I'm getting better at Planet Coaster each day. So I can see a huge difference in the things that I built in the first stages of Planet Coaster 2 and the things I did build right now. So let's just go ahead and go over to the new section that I built. And before we're going to start touring this whole new section, because there's a lot of things to see in this section, as I said, this was the Journey for Gemstone Cave attraction that I built it earlier in another video. Was a separate attraction, and it's also a blueprint on the workshop. I had to place this one. I had to rework the terrain because you cannot blueprint the terrain and copy the terrain. So I had to reimagine all the terrain around this one. There's also a cave underneath in here, but you'll see that in the POV of the ride. So I had to rework the whole terrain area, and I did some changes to the first version of the Journey for Gemstone Cave, because the first version, this section over here, was blocked because the switch track of the coaster was on the ground level. So I adjusted that so that people can actually walk over the switch track and enter the whole new section over here. And I did some experimenting with the merging of the 2 types of paths, and I think that turns out quite well. And I actually don't like a huge area with just the same floor, so I do prefer to have some planters in it, or give it a little bit of mixture with, in this case, another type of pathing. So I'm very proud with the way that worked out, and I think that gives a nice entrance to this whole new section. Now let's just get right into it and let's see what we built. First, I'm going to do a ground level view or a POV of how the guest would see this area, and then afterwards I will show you guys from a bird's eye view what I did with this area. Now let's just go ahead and there we have it. And I'm so happy with the changes you can make to choose the weather you want, and because there were some days that was just raining all day long, so I'm quite happy with the weather system right now. And also it is called Sunshine Scandinavia, so what would Sunshine Scandinavia be without sun? So, well, over here you got the entrance to this whole new section, and as I said, I like the pathing, that you can merge two types of path, add some planters to it, just to not make it look like one big pathwork for the guests. Well, you get the entrance over here. And this was quite easily to make because the pathing system now gives you a lot of options, but also works quite well when you want to build a path downhill just like this one. I think it was just 10 seconds for me to make a path go in a curved way downhill like this one. The only thing that is not yet working in the path system is that if I want to merge another path into this one, it doesn't work because it's going downhill, and the path that I merge into this path it will go in a straight line, so it will not go downhill. But I'll show you guys that later, and hopefully that will be fixed so I can add in another merged path into this section over here. So when you enter the whole new Viking area over here, on the left side you got a small plaza for the guests to enjoy some coffee or some donuts and some snacks. And you got a nice well over here, which also has some water in it, and also just like the other section or the rest of the section over here has a lot of triggers in this area, just like this one going down right now and going up. I think this just a little bit of a detail I wanted to add in this one. And again over here I merged two types of path just to create a little bit more detail and to create those plazas where you can sit and relax as a guest. And over here you got the teacups. Now, I'm not gonna ride the teacups, I'm just gonna show you guys how it looks when you would enter the queue. And I also like the canopies over here, just blocking off some sunlight for the guests, but also brings in a little bit more detail to this section of the park. There you have the teacups, and this is just a pre-built blueprint that is in the game, so you can put it down by yourself, and within an instant you got a nice attraction with some Viking theming around it. So this area is mostly dedicated to families or some younger people who are not able to ride or want to ride the thrill rides. And then over here you got a small walkway, and again I like the way you can merge paths into another one to create a nice looking path like this. So you got some shops again over here, you got the hot dogs, you got the soda, and this is actually a blueprint by, let's just see, I need to exit that cam, oh man. And it almost looks like a blueprint that Frontier added in by itself, but it's actually a, can I see, it's even in Dutch over here, in Dutch, it's in German over here. Not quite sure who uploaded this one. Let's just go ahead and see, because I really like this building when I saw it on the workshop. Oh, it doesn't say, or it does. It's from Cobalt Creations, so I really liked this one because it's almost the same theming, and of course it's the Viking theming, but it blends in nicely with the rest of the blueprints that are already in the game. So props for that one. So you got soda, you got the hot dogs over here, and again you got the nice little plaza over here where you could sit, and with a perfect tree, in my opinion, perfect tree to cover up this whole area over here. And over here you got some slush, and you got hats, fantastic. Then over here you got the exit. This is the exit for the gemstone, the journey for Gemstone Cave. And downhill over here you got the entrance for the Journey for Gemstone Cave. And yes, it is open, but the people were complaining, the guests were complaining that the ride was a little bit too long. I think that, I'm not quite sure why that is. I know it is a long ride, but I'm not sure if it's a bug or there are people going into this attraction, but most of the guests do say that it has a long queue time, or not a queue time, a ride time. There's a ride attendant, so, and there are a lot of people. Maybe this is the first time I see this, because maybe I do need to add a double station coaster for this one. I think that is the problem, because she's sitting here all day. She has to wait before. I think I got it on 40 seconds interval because it has a lot of triggers, but I'm going to fix this later. But that's probably the problem with this one. Yeah. And we're going to ride this one later in the POV. And to show you guys for the people who haven't seen the Journey for Gemstone Cave, I'm going to showcase that in the POV also in this video. And you got some toilets and some staff building in this one. And then you got something new in addition to the Journey for Gemstone Cave. And I'm actually kind of proud of this one. And this one over here, this attraction, this tower, is one of the main reasons I didn't make a speed build of this section. The first reason I didn't make a speed build of this of today's video and this build is because I just had to adjust the terrain, and I had to fix a lot of things about the Journey for Gemstone Cave. And then I wanted a tower which fits a free fall attraction just like this one over here. And I had to make this one custom because at first I wanted to, I can show you guys that right now. Let's see. Which one is it? Well, you got a lot of towers in as a blueprint in the game. Let's see which one I wanted to fit further. You got a lot of towers, and I want to make it in a tower, the free fall attraction. But when you let's see, where is it? Which one is it? Where did you go? Well, shoot me. Where is it? Well, I don't know. Oh, it was this one. It was this one over here. Why can I not find it in the... Oh, it's over here. That's why. So, at first I wanted to fit the free fall into this one by just sizing this one. But when you go ahead, and I can show you guys, when you size this one, it fits perfectly. No, it's not working. Why is it not working? So this would fit perfectly for a free fall attraction, but when you go inside of it, and that's probably because you can adjust the size of it, you can look through it. So when you would have fit a free fall attraction into this one, this looks just terrible. So I had to rework the this one, and I inspired this tower a little bit from this one over here. And I added in a lot of triggers in to this tower, and there's also a cave underneath. But I'll show you guys the POV of that one later. Let's just go ahead and see what else we got in this section over here. There's the entrance for the freefall tower. And over here you got the entrance for what I call it, the Whispering Mine. And over here you got some toilets and also some staff building. And there you have it for the new section when it comes to the POV of the guests. Now let's just go ahead and see what we can what we can see when we will enter it from a bird's eye view. So again, I like the plazas over here where you can create, which you can create with two types of pathing and merge them. You got the canopies over here. You got the section with the teacups over here, and a small plaza where you can have something to drink or to eat. There you got the walkway to the other section where you have the station for the journey for Gemstone Cave. Also a plaza over here again. And they got this beautiful tower in the middle with the free fall attraction. Now, yesterday I uploaded the video of the fireworks show, and there's actually a fireworks show in the background on this section, and also includes some drones. So be sure to check that one out, because I'm actually kind of proud, and it is a fireworks show with over, I guess it was over 100 triggers, and it was also part of the Spark Challenge that Frontier dropped a couple of days ago. So, and I think this area is a nice addition to the Sunshine Scandinavia. It's a little bit different themed than this section over here, because this has a lot of tropical elements in it, and this just has the Scandinavian trees and the mountains and the Scandinavian rocks over here, the temperate rocks, which gives another scenery than the first section on this side over here. Now let's just go ahead. Oh, it's the end of the day report. Let's just go ahead and ride those rides. Also, before we're going to ride it, let's just go ahead and see what it looks like at night. And I'm not going to play the fireworks because that just takes about 3 minutes. You got to check out the other video for the fireworks. And also, something that I changed in this one is the entrance for the Splinter coaster over here. And the funny thing is, when we started building this park, it was, I guess it was over here somewhere. Then it went from there to this side over here. And now it has finally got a entrance which will be there for a long time, because I reworked it, and now it is over here on the end of this small little plaza over here. And I think this whole new section looks beautiful at nighttime. And I said to myself, this for people who've been to Universal Orlando, this just gives me a little bit of Hogwarts vibes, because you got the castle with the water in front and a little bit of an island over here. You got the tower in the back, and it just gives me a little bit of a Hogwarts vibe right now. So I'm actually kind of proud of it. And I do love it when it is night time. You're probably guessing, why would this be here in the middle? The attraction Journey for Gemstone Cave is actually a journey to find the floating gemstone. And as you can see over here, just a little bit of a spoiler, and I try to hide it as much as I can, because this is one of the drone figures that I added in for the fireworks show. So this area is based upon finding runes and finding those gemstones. So you get the floating gemstones as drones for the firework show. And also the Journey for Gemstone Cave is based upon a how do you say that? A story to find the gemstones to help the villagers. And as I said earlier in the video, I had to adjust this section over here, because this was first on the ground level, the switch track, and I thought I can blend it in nicely like a cave over here. And when I put it back to daytime, I think it blends in well with the environment to make it run through a cave, and also gives some excitement for the guests to actually want to know what's beneath in this section, but they cannot actually see what's going on underneath over here before it goes to the station. But with that being said, this is the thing that I built in part 5. as I said, I'm not going to show a speed build of this section because it just took me quite a long time to figure out how to actually merge those paths nicely. And as I said, it was just a lot of work recreating the terrain. So I think it's time to start riding the gemstone coaster, but also the free fall attraction over here. So let's just go ahead and, you know what, let's just put this one on test mode because I think that goes a little bit faster. I do need to adjust this one to a double coaster, or maybe no, it's just they're going to unload over on this section, so that just takes too long. Let's just close it. Let's see what happens, and then we need to test it. And I'm not quite sure how long. There we go. And this section on the right side over here still needs some terrain coverage and some work with some trees. But I'm kind of proud of this attraction because this was also built in the early stages of Planet Coaster 2, and I was testing out a lot of things that you can do with triggers. I wanted to add that in a coaster. See, there you have a nice little bug that comes with the, let's see, where is it? It just keeps on resetting the minimum interval time between those coasters, and that is after the update that Frontier gave us. So let's just go ahead and test that one again. Because this attraction has a lot of triggers in it, you have to have an interval between those coasters, otherwise they would just start too early after each other, and that would interfere with those triggers. I thought 20 seconds would do it when it comes to having all those triggers work nicely back to back. Yeah, this looks better. Now, as I said, there were a lot of triggers in this. There are a lot of triggers in this this coaster, and I was doing a lot of testing with that, and I think it worked out quite well. I wanted to add some surprise elements to this coaster. And there is a surprise element coming up very shortly. And if you want to have a scene changing tutorial or a scene changing scenery in your attraction, just go ahead and check out the tutorial that I made of how to actually expand the time of those moving platforms for your attraction, so that you can create a scene changing element for your coaster or your attraction or whatever. And like I said, this is based upon finding a gemstone to help the villagers, and that's why I wanted to create this this underground section with all those gemstones. The first inspiration for this coaster was actually the Hagrid's motorbike adventure in the Universal Orlando Studios. It's also a sort of a storytelling coaster, and that's what I wanted to recreate in this one. we're back at the station again. And I love the view that you have in this station of the volcano over on that side. That looks just amazing. I'm just going to open it again for the guests. And then you have the second attraction over here, which is the Whispering Mine. And first you have to enter the... No, let's just... No, we can put it on test later. Let's just see what's underneath here. And I want to have the guests have a similar experience with this one as they have with the Journey for Gemstone. So there's also a small cave in this one or a similar type of theming for this one as for the Journey for Gemstone. So there's a little bit of a cave over here. I think it is finished already. This one. Let's just go ahead and take seat 21 because that is the one in the front side where you have a nice view of the rest of the park. But the caves for this attraction is the same on each side. So the only difference between those seats is that you have a view of the park, but when you have the other seats, you will have a view of the backside of or the forest actually. Maybe I should have hit the test button. Let's just go ahead and hit the test button. Let's just close it. That's probably much quicker then. And then let's go for seat 21 again. There we go. This one also was quite hard to make, although it doesn't have that many triggers. But you got a lot of options on the sequences that you want for the freefall coaster. And I guess I got the hop sequence and then in the end the panorama view sequence for this one. So you have to adjust all those triggers to go in the same order as the sequence for the attractions. There you have it for the freefall attraction. As I said, I like the scenery in this one because it has the same scenery as the Journey for Gemstone Cave. A little bit different on each side, but when you go up, you got the same view. The only thing is that when you got the back side of this attraction, you got another view. Then when you have the front side of this attraction. Let's just go ahead and open it again for the guests. There we go. And there you have it for this whole new section added for Sunshine Scandinavia. Now the next thing that we're going to do is going to work on the third section for the swimming pool area. We're going to add in more theming around those flumes over here. And then afterwards we're going to adjust the attraction section, which will have more attractions, and I'm not quite sure what kind of theming I want in that one. I'm not going to put in all Viking theming around it. So I'm probably going to do a tropical scenery over on the back side, and then on the right side here some Viking theming as well. And then once we completed this whole round section, I think that just will finish the park for now. And yeah, think that is for today's video, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. It was kind of a struggle in the beginning, but I'm reworking something right now, or some things right now, just like the pathwork over here. I'm also going to put in these paths on this section over here, and then in any future paths that I'm laying down, I'm also going to merge in different types of paths. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Let me know what you guys think about this park, and I hope to see you guys very soon when part 6 comes out. And I want to show you guys some new amazing builds for this side. So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.